Stay with us as we come back to you for our next discussion as well. Now, moving the focus on to Europe, Finnish Central Bank Governor Olli Rehn has said that any loss of US Federal Reserve independence would push up inflation and might even endanger financial stability, as he expressed full solidarity with Fed Chair Jerome Powell. Meanwhile, Japan has declined to comment on the Bank of Japan's absence from a statement by other central banks supporting US Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, following the Trump administration's threat of criminal indictment. The joint statement supporting US Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell was signed by the heads of the European Central Bank, the Bank of England, the Bank of Canada, as well as the central bank chiefs of Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland, Australia, South Korea, Brazil, and France. However, BOJ was not among the major central banks that issued the joint statement backing the Powell. Now, for this discussion, we welcome back Major General Sudhakarji. He's a senior strategic and international affairs expert. Thank you very much, Major General, for staying with us. Now, can you tell us why do you think BOJ was absent from this particular joint statement, and what is the effect of this joint statement that's highlighted in this news now?
So, a good question. We need to understand that the Federal Bank of USA, as per the Constitution of USA, they are entitled, they have been enjoying all throughout a degree of high autonomy and independence. And Donald Trump, right since his previous tenure, he has been putting pressure against them and trying to dictate terms. And in the current ongoing term, he has come down very heavily on the senior officials, particularly the federal governor, to reduce the interest rate. Now, to reduce interest rates arbitrarily, because that is what Donald Trump feels, by reducing the interest rate, you will be able to bring down the inflation, you will be able to bring the cost of products down, and you will be able to rejuvenate the economy, without understanding the deeper complexities of invisible and visible components and factors which impact the economy of a country like USA. So therefore the autonomous status has been empowered to the federal, and whenever a pressure like this comes, you have multiple banks in the world which are connected with the Federal Reserve, and they do give their independent comments, like you just listed out the Bank of England. But Japan has been seen as a country, it has refrained from giving independent comment. It tries to remain away from controversial issues such as this. This is not the first time, it has happened earlier as well. So they try to remain, because if you look at the understanding and the kind of relationship Japan and USA, notwithstanding the present impasse, which because of tariff, because of transactional kind of behavior of Donald Trump, notwithstanding that, Japan still continues. For example, I would say the treasury of USA today maintains those many bonds, or the value of the bonds in the treasury is equivalent to the debt that it has got, 38 trillion debt, or approximately up and down maybe by a couple of millions. So therefore, out of that, Japan is one of the countries, it maintains the largest deposit in the treasury. It's around 1 trillion dollar. Earlier it used to have a large amount, but now recently it has come down a little bit. But it reflects the faith and confidence that Japan maintains to actually sustain the relationship with the USA. Same is the case with UK. These are the two countries. China earlier used to have 3.3 trillion worth of dollars invested in the treasury. It has come down to 746 billions. India is just about 232 billion. So what I'm trying to say is, Japan is trying to walk the tightrope, trying to balance out by adopting or neutral or abstaining or refraining from giving any comment which may add on or compound the complexity, and also raise tension in the internal administration of USA, and put pressure on the president and the presidential secretariat, and also bring about a conflict between the Federal Reserve and the president. So it is always been seen in the past, as also this time it is nothing extraordinary. As regards the joint statement, it is purely a kind of a neutral stance which is being maintained by Japan.
Yes.
Japan is of the view that let America handle its internal issues. They won't like to interfere the way the Bank of England has given out a statement in
Yes.
favor of the leadership or the governor, federal governor. That is all I have to say, unless you have some other question, please.
Right. That's all. Thank you very much, Major General Sadakarji, for joining us and sharing that insight throughout our news. Now we move the focus on to Africa.